What could be the next Star Wars animation series? Will the next animation series center around a young Force user like Ezra? Before we get to that question, I want to say first, I'm Mike, and this is Force Within TV, a channel all about celebrating Star Wars animation, and we'd love you to join us by subscribing. But let's get back to that question. Could the next animation series include a young Force user? Well, this is pure speculation, but I really hope that it does. The purpose of these new animation series is all about bringing into the fold new young Star Wars fans. But when exactly should this story take place? I'd say it should start near the end of the Galactic Civil War, when the rebellion is gaining power, but we haven't quite come to the Battle of Endor. Imagine the story starts with a mother and father finding out their young child is Force sensitive. It would make sense that Dave Filoni and his crew would want to go in a different direction with this new character. Instead of him being a slave like Anakin or an orphan like Ezra or Rey, this gifted young person is part of a wealthy family. A family that years later, after they had discovered their child was Force sensitive, would need to leave in a hurry because of his discovery by a local patrol of stormtroopers. This young person's story could be very similar to that of the last Padawan Caleb Doom, aka Kanan Jarrus. They would be living on the run from the Empire, although they would be on the run with their parents, of course. Now, it would make a lot of sense if his parents would be captured by the Empire, but again, I'd rather something original. I wouldn't want his parents to be taken away by the Empire like Ezra's parents, or to just abandon him like Rey's parents did. Why not have his parents sacrifice themselves for this new young character? We know that clearly this is a theme in Star Wars, so it makes sense. And wouldn't it be interesting if right away this young person started down the path of the dark side? After all, we know that many fans loved the Ezra Dark Side episodes, and of course, as a children's show, it would only be small moments of darkness, but we would really be getting into this one character and their internal struggle with their new power and how they should be using it. I felt like Star Wars Rebels got off to a slow start because it had to spend a lot of time developing the relationships between all the characters. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that they did. It made for a very rewarding show in the end. But it seemed like many folks didn't have the patience to learn about this new crew of rebels, and they gave up on the show before halfway through the first season. So in this animation series, it would certainly be interesting if we just focused on one character for a time. But what would be the driving purpose behind this character? I think he would resolve to honor the sacrifice of his parents by finding and protecting other Force-sensitive children throughout the galaxy. And this would eventually lead to him meeting with Ahsoka Tano, who I believe is also rounding up and protecting children of the Force around the time of the Battle of Endor. She would teach him to balance darkness with the light within him, and maybe they would even meet up with Sabine Wren and travel to find Ezra in wild space. But hey, remember, I'm Mike, and I'd love you to subscribe and join our Star Wars theory crafting community, where we share our thoughts and encourage those who do the same. So my theory crafting friends, let's finish with today's question of the day. If we must have a new young character as the lead in the next Star Wars animation series, what would you like their background and abilities to be? Let me know in the comments, and may the Force be with you.